Welcome to another edition of Pete's Corner. I'm Kevin Dorsey.
And I'm Salem Anthony, and we've got a great holiday show for you today.
Yeah, that's right. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and so we're celebrating Turkey Day by giving you an inside look of all the animals on Oklahoma State's campus and in Stillwater.
From bullet to creepy crawlies, you'll see how animals help our community and how we can help our furry friends.
If you're a student at Oklahoma State University, you've probably already seen a member of Pete's Pet Posse on campus.
Yeah, you're probably right, because Pete's Pet Posse is full of trained therapy animals owned by faculty members.
After the break, Catherine Wynn will give us all the details of the Pete's Pet Posse program. But as for now, Hannah Worsham is with one of Pete's pets.
Sandy.
Hey guys, I'm here with Pete's Pets Posse. This is my new friend Sandy. You can find her around campus, and Catwin will have the full details of the story with us later. Bye.
Thanks, Hannah. I can't wait to learn more about Pete's Pet Posse and see more cute dogs.
Well, lucky for you, our next segment is dedicated to animals who haven't found their forever home yet. Our own Carly Hasty went to the Stillwater Humane Society and Tiny Paws to see how animals in need find help this holiday season.
On the corner of South Lowry Street sits a small gray building, and what's going on inside the building might surprise you. This is Tiny Paws Kitten Rescue. Tiny Paws began in 2004 in the home of Holly Chapples, a former director for the Stillwater Humane Society. Noticing that there was no rescue for orphan neonatal kittens in the community, she sprung into action. Through donations, grant support, and the hard work of the Stillwater community members, Tiny Paws has saved over 5,000 kittens. So, how can just one rescue center save so many lives? A team of over 80 dedicated and well-trained volunteers give up their days and nights to help bottle feed and raise the kittens until they were able to be adopted. One of these volunteers is Sabrina Jones.
The volunteer opportunities are endless. I mean, kind of the big ones are adoption counselor, med team, feeding the babies, and cleaning out up front.
As a no-kill rescue, it takes dedication and patience to raise the kittens from near death. Renee Huddleston is a bottle feeding coordinator at Tiny Paws. Huddleston said there could be up to 100 kittens in the building at once. Once the kittens reach a certain size, they move on to the adoption phase of their life. Without Tiny Paws, these kittens might have no place to go.
Although Tiny Paws does specialize in kittens only, the Stillwater Humane Society just down the street has dogs and cats alike. Let's go check it out.
Founded in 1988, the shelter was created as a temporary home for orphaned or abandoned animals in Stillwater. Since then, the shelter has rescued and housed hundreds of animals.
When I became director here, I realized I'm not just helping the animals, I'm helping people. It's amazing to me how animals change these people's lives. Some of them, that's why they get out of bed in the morning, is because that dog is there. So not only am I helping these dogs getting into their forever homes, I'm also helping people, and that's pretty important, I think.
As a nonprofit organization that receives no funding from the state, the Stillwater Humane Society relies on the generous donations from community members and businesses. Luckily, there are shelters like these to help save the day and prepare these animals for their forever homes. For Pete's Corner, I'm Carly Hasty.
Well, thanks so much, Carly. And I see you have a friend with you.
Yes, I'm actually here with Olive today, and she is ready for adoption.
Well, it's absolutely adorable, but unfortunately, Carly, I think that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for teaching us all about the Humane Society and Tiny Paws and what they do. And up next, we have a very special guest.
That's right, we have with us Thanksgiving's favorite turkey. Turkey Pete is with us to give us some fun facts about Turkey Day and turkeys.
Hi everyone, I'm Turkey Pete. Did you know Benjamin Franklin never proposed the turkey as a symbol for America, but he did once praise it as being a much more respectable bird than the bald eagle?
Bless you, Turkey Pete. You might be able to go check that out.
You're right. This is just a pretty stressful time of year for me.
I bet it is, Turkey Pete. Turkey Pete should really go to the veterinary clinic on campus.
Oh, absolutely. Oklahoma State has one of the best veterinary programs in the country.
Yeah, that's true. I bet if he goes, they'll get him all fixed up.
Oh, for sure. But for now, let's take a look at some of OSU's future vets with Kylie Josie.
This may look like a regular hospital, but how many waiting rooms do you know that have leashes hanging by the door and a wagon for an ambulance? You're only going to find these things at the Boren Veterinary Medical Teaching Hospital, and it's located right on Oklahoma State University's own campus.
So they're a full-service vet hospital. They've got general care. They've also got specialty. So say your dog or cat or whatever animal needs something that requires a specialist like an ophthalmologist or a cardiologist, you can get a referral sent from your veterinarian or a consultation set up, and you can be put with a specialty veterinarian that can help you out.
The hospital has two sides, one for small animals and another for large. It includes an MRI machine as big as a semi-truck and an X-ray machine the size of an entire room. And when they're not busy treating and taking care of animals, the hospital and its doctors are using hands-on experience to teach up-and-coming vet students like Felder to become great veterinarians. I had a chance to meet with the director of the hospital, Bruce Williamson, who not only gave me a personal tour, but also sat down with me to talk about everything the hospital provides.
The hospital, as you currently see it, was built in about 1983. We service most all species of animals, so we're actually kind of split in half. We have a small animal and a large animal side. So small animal will include everything from dogs and cats and parrots and occasional reptiles and amphibians. And large animal is equine, cattle, pigs, sheep, all of that. We have an occasional camel that comes in on a relatively frequent basis. Zebras are not uncommon. We used to treat the elephants from Ringling Brothers, but that program no longer exists. So,
I think it's safe to say that our animals are in good hands here at OSU. For Pete's Corner, I'm Kylie Josie.
I'm sure that's your favorite Thanksgiving tradition, Turkey Pete. Turkey pardoning has joined the ranks of other high-profile traditions, such as the Macy's Day Parade and Thanksgiving Day football.
We'll have time to talk about more Thanksgiving traditions after the break.
Be sure to stay tuned for more Turkey Pete, a bucking adventure, and more on everyone's favorite horse, Bullet.
One of the best traditions in all of Oklahoma State is this.
Here comes Bullet!
But not many cowboys know the true origins of Bullet and the Spirit Rider. Bullet was introduced as an Oklahoma State tradition in 1984 by the late Dr. Eddie Finley as part of the Spirit Rider program. Finley, a graduate of Texas Tech University in Lubbock, Texas, was said to have been inspired by the Red Raiders' masked rider when creating the Spirit Rider tradition.
John Beal Jr. was the first Spirit Rider. He rode his mare, Della, I believe was her name.
When John Beal Jr. and his horse Della left the university, OSU decided to carry on the Spirit Rider tradition and erected this statue. In 1988, the school bought its own black horse and hosted a competition through the school newspaper, the Daily O-Collegian, to find the next Spirit Rider. Then OSU senior Scott Townsend won the competition and Bullet was adopted as the name of the horse. Bullet 1 served OSU from 1988 until 2003 when he was retired from the program. Jennifer and Ty Cunningham, both former Spirit Riders, accepted the school's offer to take over the Spirit Rider program.
So when Ty and I took over as coordinators of the program in 2005, it was the summer before football season, and the horse that we picked up from the university passed away 3 weeks before football season, and so we found the horse that we currently use the week before the season started, and this will be his 13th season.
Since then, all of the Bullet horses have stayed on their property, Stone Ridge Ranch in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. So the next time your beloved Cowboys score a touchdown, be sure to yell,
"Here comes Bullet!"
as our beautiful black American quarter horse streaks across the field. For Pete's Corner, I'm Caleb Jones.
Welcome back, guys. So far, we've looked at some pretty cute animals, but now it's time for us to 180 and look at some pretty creepy crawlies.
Do we have to? Bugs really aren't my thing, and they kind of scare me.
Well, fortunately for us, they don't scare Hagen Hall. He's with us now with the story.
Wondering what the buzz is around Stillwater? Literally? Insect Adventure is the place to find out. Located near the corner of South Pioneer Street and West Virginia Avenue, the exhibit houses a multitude of arthropods from sizes smaller than a grain of rice to bigger than a dinner plate. The building has housed insects for OSU's Department of Entomology since 1942, and in 2005 was remodeled into Insect Adventure. Today, Insect Adventure educates the greater Oklahoma area about arthropods with over 500 presentations a year under the direction of its coordinator, Dr. Andrina Schufran.
So for people visiting, what I want them to know is that this is the most important group of animals on Earth, that they make our food, they clean our water, they're the bottom of the food web. They're also important because they're the most dangerous, not spiders, but when it comes to ticks and mosquitoes, they're deadly animals.
If you're a person who ever considered yourself bugged by bugs, maybe you should reconsider and come check out Insect Adventure. The first and third Saturdays of every month from 10 to 2, they have walk-in hours where you'll be able to check out all of the different arthropods they have.
Insect Adventure strives to dispel common misconceptions about bugs. OSU Professor of Entomology Dr. Wyatt Hoback says these misconceptions give helpful insects a bad rap.
Some really big misconceptions about insects are that people fear getting stung by an insect as the worst thing that can happen, or fear of a black widow bite or a brown recluse bite, when really the most dangerous things to happen are mosquito bites and tick bites. So, people are afraid of millipedes or large insects that they notice, grasshoppers, and they can't hurt you at all. Those insects are doing valuable ecosystem services or providing food for fish and birds, but people are afraid of things that buzz, and a lot of people think that all insects are dangerous, when really a very small portion are.
So whether you're an aspiring entomologist or just looking for a fun time learning about the planet's most diverse animals, swing by the Insect Adventure and learn what the buzz is all about. For Pete's Corner, I'm Hagen Hall.
I may have to take a trip out to the Insect Adventure someday.
Well, you just may be making that trip by yourself because I'm out.
Well, for now, we have another fun turkey fact to get our mind off those bugs.
Thank goodness. Take it away, Turkey Pete.
Turkeys are much more athletic than they're given credit for. We can fly up to 55 miles per hour, run up to 25 miles per hour, and we can swim. That's right, turkeys can swim. Call me Michael Phelps.
I think if I squint really hard, I can see the resemblance.
I don't know how you saw anything because your eyes were completely closed.
Okay, well, how else am I supposed to see the resemblance between Turkey Pete and Michael Phelps?
What do Olympic swimmers and turkeys have in common?
I really don't know. What?
Nothing. But now, let's move on to something we can all relate to.
Dogs. It's got to be dogs, right?
Dogs. Catherine Wynn has the full Pete's Pet Posse story for us now.
Who knew something with 4 legs and is so small could make a difference in so many people's day? Rick Eggers, Disco's owner, knew exactly that. Disco is a 4.5-year-old miniature Australian Shepherd, and she has been a member of the OSU Pete's Pet Posse since the program began in 2013. Most therapy dogs do not begin training for the certification process until they are at least 1 year old. But Disco showed a lot of promise, so her owner took a chance and enrolled her when she was only 8 months old.
Her first few semesters in the program, she was kind of a puppy still. But because of that, she's grown up in the program. So now when she shows up at an event, she's ready to go.
After 10 weeks of training, Disco became an official member of the first Pet Posse class. As a nearly 5-year veteran, Disco has matured a lot as a dog, but has not once lost her energy or eagerness to be around the students. In the past few years, Disco has become rather popular on campus, and some students even make a point to see her every time she comes to visit.
I don't know why. I've never met a mini Aussie before Disco, and now I've met her, and now I'm like, I want a Disco. And I just love her. She's so small. She waves up her little paws when I come see her, so it's just great. She recognizes me.
The OSU Pet Therapy program was designed to enhance the wellness of its campus population and contribute to the success of being America's healthiest campus. The program became so successful in its first 2 years that it expanded to OSU Tulsa and the OSU Center for Health Sciences in fall 2015.
Disco is just one of the 34 dogs in the Pet Posse program. Each dog has its own little information card like this with fun facts and tidbits. So be sure to visit all the dogs while they're on campus and collect all of the cards.
For the most part, students can expect to run into one of the Pet Posse dogs on any given day of the week just by walking around campus. But those who would like more information on the dogs can email the program coordinator, Connie Pirtle. You can also request a visit to your OSU department or organization by completing an online request form found on the Pet Posse website. Next time you're on campus and feel overwhelmed with schoolwork or need a quick study break, stop by to see Disco or one of the 33 other OSU therapy dogs for some stress relief. For Pete's Corner, I'm Kat Wynn.
Thanks for that story, Kat. Pets are really the best stress reliever.
Do you think Turkey Pete has any pets?
That's a good question. I'm not too sure. Let's ask him. Turkey Pete, do you by chance have any pets?
Of course I don't have any pets. I'm a turkey.
I'm sorry, Turkey Pete. We will try to be more sensitive. You know, he sure has his feathers ruffled.
He does, so let's just talk about some other birds. I'm sure you've noticed all the geese on campus. I wonder how the university keeps up with them.
You know, out of all my 3 years here, I've noticed that there are a lot of birds around Theta Pond.
Well, let's go back to Hagen Hall because I hear he has the inside scoop on how facilities management takes care of the wild animals on campus.
They don't pay tuition, they don't go to class, and some even vandalize OSU property. But they're a fixture on campus and, presumably, won't be leaving anytime soon. The wild animals that roam OSU's grounds have an important bond with the campus that has to be kept in check. Perhaps no one knows that better than the employees of OSU's facilities management, who not only tend to the grounds these animals live on, but control the animals themselves.
Well, we have probably 13 to 14 domestic ducks right now. We try to keep it around that number so we don't have to feed too many of them. So we feed them a little bit of a corn mix every morning. So if not, they kind of take off.
While ducks might be a friendly sight to see on campus, other birds are less desirable to have around.
Geese are everywhere right now. We actually put stuff on the fescue where if they eat it, it's kind of sour.
Sour feed and seasonal differences might help to get rid of geese, but other animals are a little more resilient.
It's not uncommon for students to see animals like geese, ducks, and squirrels on their walks to class. But what you might not have thought about is how these animals affect OSU's campus.
Geese aren't the only problematic animal to inhabit OSU's grounds. In fact, most problems arise from an unlikely bunch of squirrely culprits.
Squirrels, they chew up our drip, they just tear up mulch around the trees, and they're a nuisance because there's just so many of them.
So on your next walk across the beautiful fall campus of OSU, should you see some friendly wildlife, take an extra second to be thankful for the work that goes into keeping them under control on campus. With Pete's Corner, I'm Hagen Hall.
Thanks for that, Hagen. Informative as always.
Well, it looks like it's time to take a quick break.
Is it time for Bullet already?
Yep, right after this break, it's time to get horsey.
Stay with us because we've got the inside scoop right here.
Welcome back. We're glad you stuck around because now it's time to start horsing around.
Absolutely. You know, we all know and love Bullet, but before we get to that, did you know Oklahoma State has an equestrian team? Earlier today, I met up with some of the four-legged team members and their coaches. Let's take a look. Everywhere you go, you're going to find small-town celebrities. And here in Stillwater, the biggest small-town celebrities are found on the OSU equestrian team. The equestrian team houses about 50 head of horses that don't travel with the team for competition. Bunny, Chili, and Bueno are known as the nation's best in certain events. Riders don't provide their own horses like in other sports, and here at OSU, they don't even buy them.
Back when I started the program 19 years ago, we did purchase a few horses. Now that the program has been established and we've proven to maintain one of the best collegiate herds of horses in the country, donations are coming in on a regular basis, or offers of donations are coming in on a regular basis.
Sanchez says this world-class program is blessed to have horses that were previously in the professional industry finish their careers here at the collegiate level. One thing's for sure, these may be world-class horses, but they just want some loving. A team of professionals and student workers are here to give the horses round-the-clock care and make sure they are always well taken care of.
Much like the care of any animal, they have to be fed regularly. Sanchez says they only get the best of the best when it comes to feed and supplements. Clint Jackson leads the team that cares for the horses and says work isn't too bad when it means getting to know each horse's character.
Every horse has their own personality, but when it comes to feeding time, everybody has all their personalities show. Dylan, that's been here for about 12 years, he's kind of the heart and soul of the team, and everybody loves him because he just tries. A lot of try.
But like any athlete, the horses have to get their daily workouts in. They spend about an hour every day exercising and perfecting their skills for competition. But when it gets close to meets, practices can extend to 2 or 3 hours a day. These friendly giants work hard every day doing what they love. We're simply lucky we get to watch. For Pete's Corner, I'm Salem Anthony.
I loved having the opportunity to sit down and visit with these beautiful athletes and their coaches. And you know, the equestrian team has their next meet right here in Stillwater on Sunday against Texas A&M.
That'll surely be a good one, so make sure you guys come out to the arena. It's always good to support our cowgirls.
But you know, another way to show your support is donating to local food drives.
Let's make sure that this holiday season, all of our cowboys and cowgirls get their fair share of the turkey this Thanksgiving.
You can donate food at several local pantries across Payne County. You can go to our Daily Bread, Community Action, or even Mission of Hope. Turkey Pete has more information for us.
If you look below me, we have a website where you can find a complete list of food banks and pantries in Payne County. And did you know 46 million turkeys are eaten every Thanksgiving?
Wow, that is a lot of gravy.
I'm not the biggest fan of gravy, but my go-to for the holiday season is a good old right out the oven sweet potato pie.
You know, sweet potato pie is my all-time favorite Thanksgiving tradition, right alongside cowboy football. But the best part of cowboy football is hearing those magic words, "Here comes Bullet."
Our own Caleb Jones went to see about Bullet's origin. Take it away, Caleb.
One of the best traditions in all of Oklahoma State is this.
Here comes Bullet.
But not many cowboys know the true origins of Bullet and the Spirit Rider. Bullet was introduced as an Oklahoma State tradition in 1984 by the late Dr. Eddie Finley as part of the Spirit Rider program. Finley, a graduate of Texas Tech University in Lubbock, Texas, was said to have been inspired by the Red Raiders' masked rider when creating the Spirit Rider tradition.
John Beal Jr. was the first Spirit Rider. He rode his mare, Della, I believe was her name.
When John Beal Jr. and his horse Della left the university, OSU decided to carry on the Spirit Rider tradition and erected this statue. In 1988, the school bought its own black horse and hosted a competition through the school newspaper, the Daily Collegian, to find the next Spirit Rider. Then OSU senior Scott Townsend won the competition and Bullet was adopted as the name of the horse. Bullet 1 served OSU from 1988 until 2003 when he was retired from the program. Jennifer and Ty Cunningham, both former Spirit Riders, accepted the school's offer to take over the Spirit Rider program.
So when Ty and I took over as coordinators of the program in 2005, it was the summer before football season, and the horse that we picked up from the university passed away 3 weeks before football season, and so we found the horse that we currently use the week before the season started, and this will be his 13th season.
Since then, all of the Bullet horses have stayed on their property, Stone Ridge Ranch in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. So the next time your beloved Cowboys score a touchdown, be sure to yell,
"Here comes Bullet!"
as our beautiful black American quarter horse streaks across the field. For Pete's Corner, I'm Caleb Jones.
Thanks, Caleb, for all that information. Be sure to look for Bullet in the next 2 home games of the season against Kansas and Kansas State this season. But what's Bullet up to today?
You know, that's a great question. So we're going to send Taryn Valentine out to the field to find out.
Hi guys, I'm here at Stone Ridge Ranch in Bullet, and I'm going to be talking to Elise pretty soon. Let's giddy up and check it out.
Elise Wade, the Spirit Rider for 2017, has a close bond with Bullet.
But I really do spend a lot of time with him. I'm starting to really get to know him and his little quirks and those things that, like, you know about people. Like, I know that about him. I know him like the back of my hand at this point.
Elise has every right to be attached to Bullet. Being the Spirit Rider has been her dream since she was a little girl.
From around the age of 5, it's been a dream of mine to be able to ride Bullet someday.
Even though this is Elise's first year as a Spirit Rider, she was never worried because Bullet is a seasoned veteran. This is his 13th year on the field.
I remember my very first game, I kind of sat there and I was real nervous and I just kind of put the reins down because knowing that he knows where to go and he's done it for so long.
Elise likes to say she has the best seat in the house, and that riding Bullet into the sea of orange is a feeling like no other.
There is nothing like that adrenaline rush that you come out and I'm beaming ear to ear, and people can see my smile from a mile away because I'm just so excited for the opportunity. And Bullet is probably just about as excited as I am coming out on the field. He gets perked up and he kind of prances before he gets out on the field, and then we just take off, and you know, all I can really hear is us and the crowd just screaming. Goes, wow, it's crazy.
A lot of work goes into creating this game day experience.
So we'll usually get him saddled at the equestrian center, and from there, the team and I will get in the back of the truck, and we'll go to the alumni center for a meet and greet and pictures and things, and then we go from there to the stadium.
Elise says one of the coolest parts of being a spirit rider is using the saddle that every spirit rider has used since the late 80s.
But something really cool about getting to be the spirit rider and everything is actually the saddle itself. It's a trophy cap, which they're not made anymore actually.
With the football season coming to an end, Bullet will be enjoying his time away from the limelight to just be a horse.
Thanks, Taryn. You know, I never knew Bullet didn't live in Stillwater.
Well, now that you know, a little fun fact about me, my little son, Bullet Jr., stays in Stillwater with me.
I want my own Bullet. Okay, anyway, that's all the time we have for you guys today here at Pete's Corner. So we wish you the happiest Thanksgiving, and as always, go Pokes.